Hi, all. Welcome to today's episode. You may have heard me say before that I like to think of history as elegant gossip. That being the case, I have some to tell you about today. So grab your cuppa, sit back, and let's go. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for January 28th. January 28th is the 28th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 337 days remaining to the end of the year, 338 if it happens to be a leap year. Today's word is mussitation. Mussitation is a noun that refers to silent movement of the lips in simulation of the movements made in audible speech, may be something like this. Mussitation can also mean muttering, mumbling, or murmuring, often faint and indistinct, typically made by someone speaking quietly to themselves or in a subdued tone. Basically, mussitation is movement of the lips without the production of articulate speech. Some example sentences could include, "Grandfather's mussitation was barely audible and Janelle leaned in closely to try to catch what he was saying." Or, "As the storm raged outside, the old woman's mussitation became a rhythmic chant, soothing her in the darkness." Or, "His mussitation of the poem's verses revealed his deep contemplation of its meaning." The word mussitation comes to us from a Latin word that meant muttering or murmuring. First known use of the word mussitation is in the mid-1600s. Mussitation. The word mussitation was suggested by YouTube viewer at Blessed Mama Bear 44. I like that screen name, Blessed Mama Bear. Thanks, Angela. And if you have a word you'd like to see in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments and we'll take a look at it. And with that, British General John Burgoyne submitted a plan on January 28, 1777, to the British government to isolate New England from the rest of the colonies. At first, this plan seemed to work, but then it went south on him, and he ended up retreating and surrendering 6,000 men. This event was actually a pivotal point for the success of the Patriots. There you go. Wave that flag. This event was actually a pivotal point for the success of the Patriots because when the French heard about it, they said, "Oh yeah, we can get behind that," and agreed to recognize the independence of the United States. France's eventual support had a lot to do with the ultimate victory of the Patriots in the forming of the United States. This is the birthday of William Seward Burroughs I, born January 28, 1857. His dad was a mechanic, so he had the opportunity to work with machines growing up. He started working at a bank when he was about 25, and a lot of what he did there was reviewing ledgers for errors. The ledgers may have looked something like this. Of course, nowadays we have calculators, most of us at our fingertips, on our smartphones. But this was a good century plus before anything like that would be available. There were some prototypical adding machines at the time, but those apparently were complex and difficult to use, and in the hands of the inexperienced, one could get insanely wrong answers on those devices. Clerical work was not favorable for Burroughs, and he left banking and moved from upstate New York to St. Louis, where the weather was warmer. He got a job in a machine shop, but his time in the bank had him thinking about an adding machine, or as he called it, a calculating machine. He worked up a design and filed for his first patent in 1885, formed a company in 1886. Mr. Burroughs passed in 1898 at the age of 41, and after his death, his business partner renamed the company the Burroughs Adding Machine Company. In 1953, Burroughs became the Burroughs Corporation and expanded to other types of business equipment such as typewriters, printers, and computers. Mr. Burroughs had formed his original adding machine company in 1886. 100 years later, in 1986, Burroughs merged with Sperry Univac to form Unisys. How about that? On January 28, 1958, the Lego Company patented the design of its Lego bricks, still compatible with bricks produced today. Imagine a moment in music history when the world's most celebrated artists unite for a cause greater than themselves. Following the American Music Awards ceremony on January 28, 1985, 45 music stars met up for a marathon recording session to sing a song called We Are the World. Written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie and produced by Quincy Jones, this work rose from just a melody to a movement. We Are the World emerged as a beacon of hope, a charity crafted with the motive of alleviating the devastating famine in Ethiopia. Icons like Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper, Paul Simon, Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner gathered to lend their voices, any one of them an amazing voice. Together, their collective effort transcended the recording studio, creating a harmonious plea for unity and compassion. Released on March 7, 1985, We Are the World soared to the top of the charts globally, becoming the fastest-selling U.S. pop single in history. And its impact was measured not just in records sold, but in lives touched. The song raised over $80 million for humanitarian aid in Africa and the United States and showcased, once again, the profound power of music to inspire change. Its legacy endures, reminding us that when we come together with purpose and heart, we can make a difference. Another goosebumper. We Are the World. Link in the description. Well, there you go. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't talk about the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster today, I have talked about it before. And so for today, I made a hashtag shorts video about it. You can find that in the channel playlist called How About That, and also in my hashtag shorts playlist. Links to those playlists will be in the description, along with the link to today's song. Go in peace, my friends, and until next time, stay curious, be kind, and keep exploring. See you then. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.